What's up, men? Welcome to today's show. We are talking about building your action habit today. And we're talking about doing that specifically through what I like to call a no fail to do list. Now, many men struggle with procrastination, doubt, limiting beliefs, and a list of other things keeping them from taking action towards their goals, towards their dreams, towards those things that matter the most. But they go about addressing this thing all wrong because they rely on trying harder, creating to-do lists that never seem to get done. And most men go about making their to-do lists all wrong. And that's where the no fail to-do list is coming in today. So learn what this is. And I'm going to give you guys some strategies right here in today's show as we move you from being just a wisher to a doer. And we want to cultivate that action habit in everything we do. And this specifically is one of the strategies that is so simple, but it works so well. Now, like I said, many men, they want to just will themselves to doing things. They think if they try harder, if they put in more work, if they make a longer to-do list and just start crossing things off, that things are going to all of a sudden get done. But this is more an emotional thing, more of a habit thing, more of a systems thing. How are we structuring our day? How are we holding ourselves accountable? Than this is simply a strategy or a tactic thing alone. This is going to be something super tactical for you guys, but at the same time, this relies on showing you that you can take action day in and day out, because that is what's going to eventually prove to yourself that you are an action taker, that you are not someone who is dealing with some of those things that so often hold guys back from taking action on those things that matter the most. And I think the when I say people go about it all wrong, I think this is mainly because willpower and motivation don't work long term because they're not addressing the real reasons why you're delaying on taking action. They don't address the real reasons of why you might be putting off that thing that you know you need to get done. We all have those things. We know it's like, I know I need to do this thing in my health, in my relationships, in my business, my finances, but and something just keeps us from doing it. And that's because there's these underlying things. Three of the big ones that I see time and time again: indecision. So an inability to just put your foot in the ground and make a decision on something. Indecision being going back and forth, weighing out the options too much, trying to see what the perfect opportunity is, and waiting for perfect is going to delay action. And if you struggle with indecision, you have to learn to plant your foot in the ground and just pivot and go. And if you don't do that, then you can continue to wrestle between two options that might be pretty good or two options that are similar, or always just waiting for that perfect opportunity that is never going to come. So if indecision is one of those things, you have to address that. And I think with all these things we're going to be talking about, indecision especially, this no fail to do list is going to be something that's going to help you just get in the habit of taking action, taking little action day after day. Second thing being doubt. How many of us doubt our abilities, or doubt the environment, or doubt the government, or doubt these things that we let become excuses for us taking action? If we have doubt in ourselves, especially, that's going to make it really hard to follow through and take action. If we have any kind of doubt in our ability to show up as a husband, as a father, as a business leader, then how's that going to how's that going to look when we try and take action on loving our wife, on loving our employees, of being the leader that we need to? That doubt can keep us from taking action, can keep us playing small. Third thing, fear. How many of us know fear of failure, fear of success? I've been on both sides of that. There's a lot of fear in starting something new and putting yourself out there and not wanting to mess up, not wanting to show the world that you stuck your neck out on something and maybe it didn't work. That fear of failure is real, but fear of success is something that I see more guys struggle with. A fear of, I know I can do this. I know deep down this is possible, but I do something to self-sabotage myself because if I get to that level of success, if I do that thing, then I don't know, I'm gonna have to show up and be better. I'm gonna have to show up and keep doing it. There's gonna be more expectations on me. There's gonna be more pressure on me. And that fear of success is real, guys. But all these things come from, if we look at all these things, indecision, doubt, fear, they all stem from being too future focused, or maybe past focused, reflecting too much on the past times you stuck yourself out there and you didn't succeed. But future worry is another big thing that if we look too far ahead and get caught up in the big picture of like, how am I possibly going to do that? I don't have any business experience and I want to start this side hustle and build this business. That's 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 real real fear, real struggle, real things. But at the same time, that keeps you out of the day to day. That doesn't allow you to do the tasks that you need to do in the day right now that are going to actually help you move forward to that. So we got to move from that big picture mindset to the process, trusting the process over the outcome. We talked about this almost every single day on our last Mindset Mastery Coaching Challenge, our daily calls. We talked about it every single day, trusting the process, trust the process, because we need to know what the outcome is we're working towards so that we have the right process. But once we identify that, it's just about taking action. It's about consistency. And that's what this no fail to-do list is going to help you do. And when these things are left unaddressed, the self-limiting beliefs, the stories, those things you tell yourself will continue to be exaggerated, that you're just a procrastinator, that you're going to fail, that you won't ever reach your goals. And I'm here to tell you guys those things are not true. And I know you guys can break through those things by developing this action habit. So we need to replace, though, that motivation, that willpower alone with a better strategy, one that provides you some structure and accountability to win your day. And one that's probably much, much smaller than you actually think it is. And that's what we're going to talk about here when we get into what the no fail to-do list is and how to use it. But this was really this podcast in general was sparked by inspiration from our last Mindset Mastery Challenge we just wrapped up last week, which was our 6-day challenge. And it was amazing, guys. It was so much fun. We had so much good conversation. We have guys continuing on with the group coaching because of the breakthrough we saw in 6 days. Man, we're going to keep it going for the next 6 weeks and beyond. But one guy specifically, an individual, he's been struggling with getting a side business off the ground, and it's come from a lack of consistency. And he would say things like he'd say I'd have two to three really good days of reaching out to leads, reaching out to contacts, working on this business, and then I would have a few days go by, sometimes 2-3 days, sometimes a week would go by of not really doing anything to progress the goal. And I know this can relate to a lot of people listening, because I've talked to a lot of guys individually and in our groups that struggle with this. It's how do I string together this consistency? I work out well, or I eat healthy for a good couple of weeks, and then a couple of weeks go by and I just kind of get away from it. Or I really work on showing up for my family and in my relationship for a while, but then, I go back to my old ways. And these things are real struggles, real common struggles. But guys, we need more consistency. We can't just show up for part of the time. We can't show up for 50% of the time and then take 50% of the time off when those things that we're working towards are really important. And for this individual, specifically, he implemented the no-fail schedule. We talked about it pretty early on in the week. He implemented it, and it's been really cool to see the changes he's already reported in energy and his motivation to follow through on the things that he does, on doing something every day to push his business just a little bit forward, one notch forward. And guys, this is possible for you in your business, in your finances, in your health, whatever you're working on. This is something that can help get you there. And I want to talk about the 4 key things to keep in mind when making your no-fail to-do list. The first thing is start by creating 1 no-fail item per day. 1. If this is new for you, it's gonna seem overly simple. It's gonna seem so simple, but we are starting with 1. And this is the biggest mistake people make on their to-do list and trying to do things. They set out 5 things they want to do that day, which might not seem like a lot, but if we have a lot on our plate, and you guys know how things come up, those 5 things, none of them are going to get done. But we need to get in the business of prioritizing 1 no-fail item per day. And once you get in the habit of doing that, you'll be allowed to take on more over time, but not until you've proven to yourself for months and months that you can do this. Then you can start taking on more, because what happens is you might be able to do 5 things. You might be able to do 10 things in a given day, but is that sustainable? Is that something that you are reinforcing every single day? Because I would rather someone do 1 no-fail item for 10 days in a row than do 10 things on one day and then get overwhelmed because it took up too much time, or you lose some energy and then you don't take any action following that. It's this consistent habit that has that compounding effect that is so, so powerful. Second thing, write it down. You're writing it down in the morning and you're reviewing it in the evening, and put a big X on it. I had someone in our coaching group say they put a W over it, saying for winning the day. I love that idea too. So cross it out, do whatever you need to, have it on a post-it in front of your computer, whatever you need to do to see it throughout the day. Throw it in the background of your phone, but this needs to be written down somewhere so that you can see it and that you know that you are doing this no matter what. Because when you review it in the evening, it's something that you need to report to yourself of, hey, did I do this? Yes or no? And if you're relying on self-accountability, that's something as simple as a Post-it note can be a thing. Throw in your planner can be enough to help you with that. Now, the guys in our group, when we're holding each other accountable, when we're talking about what our no-fail items are for the day, for the week, and we have to report back and talk about that to the group, yeah, that you better believe there's even more accountability on that. But that's not to say that you can't implement this with just yourself and build some more self-accountability. So third thing, make it something that stretches you in an area that you're looking to grow. So you want this to be something that is going to get you just a little bit outside your comfort zone, just stretch you just a little bit to get you making progress in that area that you're really working on. If this is something like your physical health, maybe you say, hey, today I'm going to perform 15 minutes of fasted cardio first thing in the morning. For spiritual growth, it might be I'm going to pray or meditate for 5 minutes. I'm going to take 5 minutes today. I'm going to pray or I'm going to meditate. In your relationships, it might be I'm going to send 3 encouraging messages to a friend or a family member. In your business, it could be I'm going to contact 10 leads to help get my side hustle up and off the ground today. Guys, you can see how you can apply this to any area, anything that's specific to you. Find that area that you need the most help on. Don't pick the area that you're already scoring a 7, 8, 9 on a 10 scale. Pick the area where and that what we call our wheel of life, where maybe you're struggling a little bit, maybe where you haven't been showing up as well. If you're crushing in business but your relationships suck, focus on the relationships and focus on the relationships day in and day out, because those have to come up, those have to lift up to just to live that fulfilling life that we're all after. So find the thing that's lower on your scale and start working on those things when you're trying to figure out how to identify this. Last thing I want to talk about, this one, so simple, but you guys need to hear it. Don't miss, guys. Once you commit to this, which I encourage you to start right now, just don't miss. Make it something that, start overly small. Whatever you do, find a way to not miss. If that's something so simple, if that's if it's something as simple as writing a note for your wife saying, I love you, start there. That's it. There's nothing wrong with that. If it's sending one email out to a potential customer, start there. If it's, I'm going to eat 2 servings of vegetables today, you can apply this to anything, wherever it is, just don't miss. Start small, because the magic of this is not alone in what you do in a single day. The magic of this is in the compounding effect of it. It's doing it day after day. And that's twofold too, because when you do these things day after day, the amount of stuff you're accomplishing over a week, over a month, over a year, over the next decade is extraordinary what you can accomplish from the results of it. But the second underlying thing that this accomplishes is day after day, this shows you, it reinforces to yourself every single day, I'm a man of action. I'm a man of action. I'm a man of action. I'm a doer. That's what this is doing. This is rewriting your mindset. This is rewriting your focus. This is saying that no matter what, okay, this day got away from me. These things came up, these fires I had to put out, these things came up, but you know what? I showed up and I did my no fail item today. And you can pat yourself on the back for that, because we all know those days where things aren't going well, where we have other commitments, where we have other things, but you can look at yourself in the mirror at the end of the day and say, hey, I did one thing to move closer to this area that's so important to me, this area that I was struggling with. I did one thing to move closer to it. Did it move me all the way there? No, but I'm going to be back again tomorrow, and I'm going to do the next thing and do the next thing. And guys, there is compounding power in this. So those are the 4 things for you guys. Four key things to keep in mind. Again, this is a simple topic, but don't mistake simple for being ineffective. The best things, the most effective things that we find time and time again are usually simple strategies. So start by creating one no-fail item per day. Write it down in the morning, review it in the evening, make it something that stretches you in an area where you're looking to grow, and just don't miss. So the take action takeaway for you guys, you can probably guess it. Start your no-fail to-do list today. Don't make it perfect. Just get started. Now imagine being a man that takes action day after day and learns to be accountable to yourself and to others. By doing this, you will see those compounding results we talk about across all the areas of your life that you choose to focus on. Guys, I appreciate you listening in today. I always appreciate you investing in yourself. Guys, we had a blast on this last mindset challenge, and I was even blown away by the change in mindset from these guys over day one to the end of the week. And these things are possible. The no-fail item was one thing we talked about. We talked about a bunch of other strategies, but we're going to have another challenge coming up next quarter, one that I want to start to get on your guys' radar. Don't have a date set with it yet. We're moving into group coaching for these guys that were just in this last Mindset Mastery Challenge. So sometime after that, we're going to start the next Mindset Mastery Challenge. So if you guys want to get included in that, text me mindset. Text me at my number 760-477-4361. Just text mindset there, and I'll get you on the wait list for that and get you more info as it comes out. Another thing, though, if you guys want to get some motivation that I'm sending out every single week, some quotes, some of my favorite motivation, inspiration weekly, just text me mindset to that same number. Text me motivation to that same number. You can text mindset as well, but you'll get put on a different category. But text me there, guys. And if you just want to text me, say what's up, what you enjoy about the podcast, any feedback you have, my number's right in the show notes there. So go ahead and shoot me a text, guys. Would love to hear from you, and looking forward to talking to you guys soon. We got a great guest episode coming up this Thursday, and then gonna keep building on these things week by week, because these little things day by day, week by week, is what creates extraordinary progress over time. So keep at it, guys. As always, reach out if you need anything, and I'll talk to you guys soon.